Pricing! Hi everyone, I'm Allison Jana Brown. I am a copywriter and I would like to chat with you today about a very controversial topic in the world of online business, which is setting your price. So this is a difficult thing for a lot of people, especially the ones who are first starting out in their business. What do you use as a price? Should you price yourself like your competitor? Should you price yourself way above them? Should you price yourself way below them? How is it that you price out your offers? A lot of us have a tendency to price things based on what we perceive to be our internal value, and we price ourselves way too low, and ultimately it feels misaligned. It brings in the wrong type of clients, and in my case, I actually had to work so many hours at that low freelancer price that it just did not make running my own business worth it. I was working even more for what was even less money ultimately than what I could make at just a 9-to-5 job. So that's one of the reasons that I went back to it. But in truth, pricing has absolutely nothing to do with what we perceive our internal value to be. What we should price based upon is our expertise. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go out and you need to take your course that costs $99 currently and change it up to $500. Or maybe it does. It really depends on how much experience you have in the area that you're talking about. So one thing that I like to do when I'm trying to determine a price on something is just sit, get really quiet, and think about, okay, what would feel like a good price for this thing? Usually I have a number that kind of just pops up for me and I sit with it for a little bit. I see how it feels. What happens if I push that number up a little bit? What happens if I push that number down a little bit? I definitely want to stretch myself, right? I should not be completely 110% comfortable in the number. It needs to be a little bit of a stretch, but I also shouldn't be terrified of the number, right? It should feel good to tell people that this is what I charge for this service, and I feel like I can back that up because I have X amount of experience in this area. So there is some advice on how to determine your pricing. If you have more questions about this, feel free to DM me. Money and pricing are things that I love to talk about, especially with fellow female entrepreneurs.